Everyone, I am welcoming to this video class. Today, in this video class inside chemistry first chapters chemical reaction and equation, these chapters we are going to learn it. Okay. This chapter inside before video classes inside we learn the chemical equations, balanced chemical equation and activity number 1.2, 1.1. And how the chemical equation you want to represent, these all things we learn about the previous video class inside. So this video class inside what we want to know, the heat based reaction. Heat based reaction inside what we want to learn it, which reaction inside heat is liberating otherwise absorbing, such a reactions we call that is a heat based reaction. Again I want to listen it carefully. The whatever which reaction inside heat is liberating otherwise absorbing, such reactions we called heat based reaction. The heat based reaction inside classified in two categories, that is number one is exothermic reaction and second is endothermic reaction. Exo means what? Which is outside we are going on, which is outside throwing, that we call the exo. This exothermic reaction inside heat are liberating or throwing outside, that's we called exothermic reactions. Exothermic reaction inside what is going on? Listen carefully. Definition how is made. Which reaction inside heat is liberating, such reactions we called as exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. See one example want to see. So what we want to, one beaker want to take it. That beaker inside what is the some amount of inside what we added? The some amount of the water, sodium hydroxide, otherwise calcium carbonates, anything you want to add it. Listen, here 50% of the water is there and there inside water some amount of the waters and some crystal of sodium hydroxide. What a sodium hydroxide, it is what called NaOH and water. When the sodium hydroxide and water inside what will happen? They are both are reacting. What will happen? The beaker temperature we want to see it. There inside what will happen? Before times we add water, we took the first, we added the water in beaker inside. This beaker inside water we added afterwards. Some crystal of the sodium hydroxide we took and there also we added in water inside. What is going on? By help of this glass rod, the solution continuously we is stirring. After sometimes what will happen? Sodium, whatever the sodium hydroxide is reacting with water's water temperature will change. Means beaker temperature before times what is cool is there. Afterwards what will happen? It is hot can consider. Means it is called as heat based reaction. Which reaction inside heat is going to liberate, that reactions what we called it is a heat based reaction. Again second we took that is what? Endothermic reaction, which reaction inside heat is absorbing, taking inside, such reactions what we called it is endothermic reactions we can say it. Endothermic reactions what we want to do, one test tube we took, that test tube inside what? Some amount of what we took, the calcium carbonates, the content of the calcium carbonate CaCO3 we took and sodium calcium carbonates we directly heat is given, means what will happen? There only inside available the heat is what will going on to accept inside. When we go into there inside, heat will accept. Such reactions what we called it is endothermic reaction. The both heat based reaction inside what is two types of reaction we are observing. One is exothermic reaction, another is endothermic reaction. Both definition carefully, want to listen carefully. The exothermic reaction means those reaction inside heat is going to liberate, such reactions what we called it is exothermic reaction. And endothermic reaction inside which reaction inside heat is absorbing, such reactions what we called it is exothermic reactions. Endothermic reaction we want to say it. Suppose Next bits we want to learn it. Last video inside I told you types of chemical reaction. The types of chemical reaction inside we observed there are 7 types of chemical reactions in this chapter inside we want to learn it. That is number 1 combination reaction, number 2 the decomposition reaction, number 3 displacement reaction, number 4 double displacement reactions, 5th number neutralization reaction, 6th number oxidation, and 7th number is reduction. This like a 7 types of chemical reactions we want to identify this chapter inside. So next bit our what is the types of chemical reactions. Shanu sir. Okay, this is next bit inside. Okay, the students we want to see the continuously what is the types of chemical reaction inside. Types of chemical reaction, now only I told you there is a 7 types of chemical reaction is there, and that 7 types of chemical reaction inside. Now we will learning the first reaction that we called a combination reaction. Combination reaction means what is there? First that concept you want to clear it. The which reaction inside 2 reactants are producing a single compound, such reactions what we called it is a combination reaction. The combination reactions inside so many example told, that is 4 examples is there, and that 4 examples inside you want to see. There is a reactant number 1 and reactant number 2 and products. Reactor number 1, reactor number 2 and products. Reactor number 1 and reactor number 2, it is the products. Means what is there going on? Those reaction inside 2 reactants reacting afterwards, producing a single products that we called it is a combination reaction. So 2 Mg, what is the magnesium plus what is the oxygen is there? M2Mg plus O2, that magnesium and oxygen inside 2 elements is there, both inside react, they both are reacting afterwards producing water magnesium oxide, that is 2 MgO1C, means 2 reactant are producing a single products. Then afterwards we do H2 plus O2 that gives H2O, means the hydrogen and oxygen inside the combined afterwards what is producing their water is producing. Here also hydrogen one element is there and oxygen one element is there, both are reacting afterwards, so water is producing, means 2 reacting afterwards producing a single product. Next third is H2 and Cl plus what is there HCl, hydrochloric. Hydrogen and chlorine both inside reaction is happened, means what will have hydrochloric acid is creating. Next sodium plus what is there chlorine. Sodium and both sodium and chlorine inside chlorides inside what will happen? The reaction is happened, means what will happen? Producing a single product that we called NaCl. NaCl's name is what is the sodium hydroxide. And sodium chloride is there. NaCl we called as sodium chloride, and that is another one examples we want to see. The sodium sodium chlorides we can call it it is a common salt. So the combination reaction inside we learn about the 4 types of reactions, which is the only important what things is there. We want to remember the definitions continuously. Those reaction inside 2 reactants are reacting producing a single product is called as a combination reaction. Afterwards afterwards we are going to know the second reaction that we called which reaction? Decomposition reactions. Sir, stop matter. Okay, the second reactions we are knowing about that we called a decomposition reaction. The first reaction inside we learn the combination reaction, and second is a decomposition reaction. Decomposition reaction, what is the important things, how we want to identify the combination reaction, how, and decomposition reaction, how each reaction inside one hints is there that you want to carefully want to identify. The combination reaction inside 2 reactants is there and produce the single products, but a decomposition there inside, that is opposites we can say. The opposite means what? 1 reactance is there and producing 2 or more product. It is what we call a products. And here is reactant. That before we will learn about the combination reaction, what? the two reactants is there and produce the single product, but here is what is there, one reactants is there and producing two and more products. These reactions inside, what the definition we made, this decomposition reaction, the reaction which single reactants reacting producing two or more compounds, other two or more products, such reactions we called as is a combination reaction, decomposition reaction. So again one time we want to see there carefully, decomposition reaction definition we wrote, those reaction inside single reactants reacting afterwards producing two or more products, such reactions we called as is a decomposition reaction. You know, examples we will talk about the calcium carbonates. Calcium carbonates compound is there, calcium carbonates heat is giving, thermal heat is given, means a direct heat is given, the calcium oxide product is produced, and second water CO2 means carbon dioxide is liberating, means this reaction is what the saying for us, the single reactants producing two or more component, that we called a decomposition reaction. So decomposition reaction inside you listen carefully, there are four types of decomposition reaction is there. That is number one, thermal decomposition reaction, electrolysis decomposition reaction, then afterwards photochemical electrolysis reaction, photochemical reactions, and decomposition reaction in human body. This like four types of decomposition reactions we want to identify. This both reaction is coming on the under thermal decomposition reaction. Thermal decomposition reaction means what? Which reaction inside we are using giving compounds, we are giving the compounds directly heat, that is way of the spirit or lamp, otherwise a gas burner, which reactions we directly given the heat, that reactions what we called that is a decomposition reaction, decomposition reaction, and that decomposition reactions we want to identify these symbols. These symbols is what these symbols we are using the chemical reaction inside heat purpose, the which directly giving the heats we called thermal heats, otherwise thermal decomposition reaction also we can say it. And this reaction, both reaction is coming on the under the base of the thermal decomposition reaction. Thermal decomposition reaction inside we are giving the compounds directly heats, that purpose we called thermal decomposition reaction. Suppose second examples you want to see, the potassium chromate is there, potassium chromate KClO3, this is a compound is there, and this compounds we are giving the heat and adding what MnO2 we added. Potassium chlorides contains KCl's, we want to say potassium chlorides and what 3 oxygens we can liberate out this reaction inside. So this reaction also we consider as the thermal decomposition reactions. I understood this both reactions. Okay. After some time, so what we have done, second what is the electrolysis reactions we want to identify, and thermal decomposition reaction also we can identify, photochemical reactions we want to identify. We will see the next video. Thank you, one and all. Yes, Nimish? चलो गया और एक बार चलो करो, बंद करो और एक बार करो, साउंड नहीं आना देखो, कट करो जी, पोज किए सो पहला